camping weather?
Always.
Not always.
You know I don't mean that.
No, especially you. Yeah, camping with friends, volunteering in your community, developing new skills, all valuable experiences that you can gain taking part in the Duke of Edinburgh's award.
The scheme, of course, launched by the late Prince Philip, is now more popular than ever with a record number of applicants this year. Let's take a look back now where it all began nearly 70 years ago.
That's what it's all about. Well, we're joined now on the sofa by Paralympic champion Hannah Cockcroft. Hi, morning.
Hello.
She's an ambassador for the award. Habiba Nasir is an expedition leader and is currently going for gold. And also joining us from South London is Levison Wood, who has a long history of Duke of Edinburgh and is also an ambassador for the scheme. Habiba, should we start with you?
Yes.
You're going for gold, so
I am.
You've got your expedition coming up.
Yeah, I've done a practice expedition already. I found it a bit difficult, but I think for the real thing, I'm just going to have to practice a bit more.
What fascinates me is you've just said to us you're not really an outdoor person.
No.
I quite like that.
I feel like some people might find it strange that I'm doing D&V, but it's more than the expedition. It's the volunteering, the life skills and the physical skills. I think I enjoy the volunteering aspect, so I volunteer for Aspire2Inspire. The expedition's just one part at the end that I have to look forward to.
Look forward.
Yeah, no.
Because, I mean, it can be quite tough, can't it?
It can. You need to practice for it, definitely.
Yeah. Well, good luck with it. It's
Thank
great
you.
to have you here.
And Hannah, tell us about your experience with Duke of Edinburgh Awards.
I mean, we worked out outside that Habiba had maybe just been born when I actually did my bronze award, so it was a long time ago. But you know what, for me, doing it, when I started doing my Duke of Edinburgh award, I didn't like using my wheelchair. And obviously to do the expedition, to do all the different parts that you have to do, I had to really push myself out of my comfort zone. And ultimately, for a long chain of events, you know, you have to do a physical section of the award. I took up wheelchair basketball and, I mean, here we are 16 years later.
So do you think then that doing your Duke of Edinburgh Award at that point is the thing that led you to a sporting career?
Absolutely, yeah. You know, it pushed me to find things that would fill those different sections and then ultimately led me to do things that I never would have been introduced to, never would have thought about doing without the Duke of Edinburgh Award pushing me that way.
Levison, let's turn to you and your story, because we know you as an army officer. You've been all over the world making documentaries about expeditions. Do you credit the Duke of Edinburgh Award, when you did that at school, with getting you where you are today?
Absolutely. You know, I did the award back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I look back to those times now, and it really was what inspired me to want to go and see more of the big wide world. It really instilled in me love for the natural world, and it was where my early expeditions began, in the Peak District. So it's been a long journey since then, but I look back very fondly, not just on the expeditions, but as was mentioned there, the volunteering, the community service, and really for me it created a huge network of friends to which I'm still friends with today, and that's an amazing privilege.
Levison, how easy was it at that time for you to get involved? Was it through school? You know, was it an easy route in?
Well, actually, the Duke of Edinburgh's Award wasn't actually offered by my school, so I'd heard about it. I gathered a few friends together. We went to visit the local youth club, and thankfully we were able to find a person that was going to facilitate it, and we created it sort of from the bottom up, really. And I'd really encourage people that where it isn't offered, whether that's at school or your youth centre or wherever, to try and get stuck in, because it really was life-changing for me and enabled me to do everything that I've done since. It was probably the single most important thing that helped me get into the British Army, because it was something great to put on the CV. But more importantly, it was what really encouraged me to want to go on journeys. I was really bad in those days at packing bags. I really was a bit intimidated by going out camping, and the prospect of hiking over the mountains was something that I wasn't really used to. So looking back now, it's I can have a little giggle about that, but it really did inspire me. So it set me up for life.
That's really great to hear, Habiba. I mean, inspiring for you, I guess, as you embark on this, to hear other stories of success. I mean, we've had messages in this morning from some people saying, look, it can be expensive. Even, you might try and borrow kit and rucksacks and that kind of thing, but you have to pay to do it. But you've got experience of how some of your friends and people have been helped out to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. In the last recent years, Duke of Edinburgh has been offering a free service. For example, for my charity, Aspire2Inspire, which I volunteer for, they actually offer everything for free. So that's all the kit, that's the skills, they do the expedition with them, so everything's included. For example, I think that's really important, because when I started my Gold just 2 years ago, some of my friends had to say, oh, I can't justify that cost. So I think, especially as a young Muslim woman, I didn't see any people like me doing the DAV. I was in a fortunate position to be able to afford that. So I think it's really important for my community, Aspire2Inspire, and for the community of Rochdale to be able to participate in such a important life skill. It's really, like Levison said, it's good for your CV, it's good for university, it's something that sparks the interest of people. But not only that, I feel like the camping and the volunteering is something I would definitely not have done without Duke of Edinburgh. So
you're making me want to do it, Habiba.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Are you really?
No, maybe not.
But I'm interested in what Habiba's saying there, which is that she says that she didn't see people who looked like her doing this sort of thing. She didn't think that might happen. I wonder if, was that the same for you at the time?
Absolutely, yeah. So I did my award through school, and they weren't even sure how I was going to complete it as the only disabled pupil. But the magical thing about the DAV is you can make it whatever you want it to be. So my expedition, we went on a 8-mile hike from Halifax to Hebden Bridge, and then the next day I got to catch a canal boat back. So that was quite fun, like learning how to do the locks and steer a canal boat and all those things. You never really think about doing that when you're a kid.
And I suppose it teaches you that actually anything is possible.
Absolutely,
it teaches you how to fix problems.
Absolutely, and for me, it taught me how to ask for help, which was something I was so scared of doing, especially to my peers, to my friends. I didn't want to appear like I couldn't do it. But actually getting in that situation, we all had to ask each other for help, and it made me so much more comfortable to just go out and be as confident as I could be.
Levison, what did it teach you? What did you learn from this?
I think for me it was all about teamwork, being part of a community, and the importance of giving back as well. The community service element was so important, and for the residential part of the Gold Award, I remember as a 17-year-old going away. We went to Germany, just me and my other school friend, and we met people from all over Europe, people from different cultures, different languages, and it's those people now who I've remained friends with throughout. And I think that sense of seeing the big wide world beyond your own town is so important later in life.
Habiba, looking ahead, what do you think, what impact do you think this will have on what you do next?
I think it will allow me to build on my teamwork skills and leadership skills, especially because I'm someone who wants to do pharmacy in the future. I think those aspects are really important in a pharmaceutical dynamic. And even for people who want to do any other job, I mean, communicating with people and those leadership skills are an essential part of everyday life. I think is something that we nowadays don't get as much in the age of social media. So I think that's the greatest impact, and also empowering the youth. I think that's really important as well, giving them the confidence.
So if people are watching this morning,
yeah,
that kind of age when they might think about doing it, what would you say?
I'd say go for it. I think it's really changed what I do. It's changed who I am. I definitely would not have been able to sit on a talk show like this like 2 years ago when I started. So I'd say just do it, go for it.
Fantastic. Well, look, good luck with your gold.
Thank you.
It'll be great. You'll enjoy it, and the sun will shine, I'm sure. Leveson, thank you so much. Good to catch up with you, and Hannah as well. It's inspiring to hear this morning, isn't it?
You are the best advert for it ever.
You really are.
You really are.
Yeah.
And you have been sending us all of your Duke of Edinburgh memories this morning. So let's just have a look at some of them, shall we? This is from Sarah Lawrence. This is her receiving her Gold Award as part of the first Weston-super-Mare Girls Brigade in the 1980s.
Georgia's mum has sent in this picture of her daughter. Well, don't worry about this, Habiba, it's fine. This is Georgia when she returned from her 4-day hiking expedition, too exhausted to climb the stairs up to her bedroom. She just collapsed on her rucksack. Oh, Georgia, but you did it, hey? You did it.
And this is Dave Stibble's bronze logbook from 1986. He said it was one of the most valuable, memorable experiences of his life, completing all 3 awards.
And this is a picture of the Birmingham explorers pitching up for their gold exhibition last year in the Lake District. All snug in their sleeping bags and tents and ready to go. The crucial thing as well, Habiba, is remember to learn how to unpack your rucksack as well, because my kids never did that. They just left it all over the floor.
I can't repack it.
You will.
I can take the food out easily.
That's all that matters. Fuel up. Good luck. Enjoy.